Have you ever been in a situation where you have to prove to someone that you are normal, like you are saying you are not running colossus? Join me, let me gist you about my experience while I was in the hospital. So I came across a video online where a lady was asking, how do you prove to someone that you are sane? And it just reminded me of what I went through. Before I delivered this baby, I was on admission, and I was in the gynae ward. Very calm and quiet, the matron so lovely, and she knows how to coordinate her ward. No noise and all. When I delivered, I was taken directly from the theatre to mat slash surgical ward. That ward is like a Kiosa market. Noise everywhere. In short, the first day they took me to that ward, nurse on night duty and one of the patients relative, he almost fought close to my bed. In my mind, I was just praying, hey, oh God, don't let these people don't let these people fight and fall on top of me. I will just die here, because I was not moving. I just came out from theatre. Then the next day, I was not up to work. First day post-op now. You don't want to be in one place. Later on in the afternoon, I was tired. I said, okay, let me sleep. I think from around 12, I said, let me sleep. Then one of the nurses on duty now came to me and said, he's ready to give me my afternoon injection. Now, after the injection, I started feeling somehow. Like it was as if I was just slipping away. Like I was almost dying. And I called on the nurse. I said, nurse, please come and check my BP. I don't understand how I'm feeling. That's the next thing. She just said, how you not go feel somehow? When they say rest, you don't go rest. She just started complaining and quarreling. I said, madam, please come and check my BP. Before she now managed to come and check, as maybe she checked, my BP was 160. My sister ran and went to call other doctor on asthmaship, was confused on what to do. But thank God other doctors came and they saved me. They stabilized everything. At night, when the night duty nurse resumed, I now called on him, one young fine guy like that. I said, no, so this afternoon my BP was up. Oh, please, can you help me to monitor this BP this night? I have this feeling that it's going to spike up again. He said, okay. Exactly 12 midnight, I started feeling that same way again. After that same injection that they gave me, I started feeling that same way. And I called the nurse, come and check me. I don't know how I'm feeling. The nurse didn't want to answer me. He said, I'm coming. He wants to lie down. I said, nurse, come and check me. I am feeling somehow, like my heart is beating fast. My eyes are changing, like I am losing consciousness of where I am. Before he reluctantly came again and checked, my BP was 170. That night, it was just God. Sure, that whole day, it was God that saved me. The doctor in charge of my case was not on ground. So it was just the doctor on call that day. So the next day, the doctor in charge of my case now came. When he came, he was now asking one of the doctors on asthmaship, how is her condition? That one I explained to him that yesterday my BP went up, blah, 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 blah. And he said, okay. So because of the way the nurses, they behaved and the way the ward is, and I told the doctor that, doctor, I'm not comfortable in this ward though. I want to change my ward. That was not like, what I was saying was like funny to him. He now said, why? You want a private ward? I said, not really a private ward. Like the ward I came from is very calm and quiet. So I'll prefer to go back to that ward. He now said, really? I said, yes. He started laughing. Me, I was like wondering. I said, why is he now laughing? He said, what's your reason for saying you want to change your ward? I said, this ward is too noisy. And the nurse and matron in this ward, I don't understand what they are doing. They don't have control over what is happening in the ward. I can't sleep. In short, it's not even about sleep. I can't even calm my head down. I'm having headache. My BP, like my chest is beating fast because of their noise. The next thing, I didn't know that this doctor was not looking at me like someone that is not normal. The two of them started talking in code. like himself and the doctor on asthmaship was not talking in code. The next thing I heard, this is how it starts. We just pray it doesn't graduate to psychosis. And I said, doctor,
So finish.
I am normal. Oh. He said, yes, I know you are normal. With one kind of, his facial expression just changed. I said, do I look like I'm insane? He said, no, I didn't say that. Did I say so? I said, but I'm telling you about my problem. You are sounding as if maybe I'm not normal. Did I say so? I said, no, it's like you don't understand. He said, how will I understand? I said, how will you understand? That moment, something just pinched me like, madam, keep quiet. Oh. These people, they are not thinking you are running colosis before they refer you. I just kept quiet and started looking at him. Even when I kept quiet and was looking at him, he still felt I was not normal. You know, say, you see, in Nigeria, when you try to make someone to understand, that is where the problem is. At this point, I just had to keep quiet. And I was just looking at him. Since that day, I can never forget that experience. See, once they tag you that you are not normal, it will be very difficult for you to remove yourself from that tag.